Fala meus queridos, sejam bem-vindos aí a mais um videozinho aqui do canal. Hoje a gente tem o react que eu prometi pra vocês do programa especial da versão 5.6 do Genshin. Não vi nada o dia inteiro. Cheguei aqui, abri, eu vi um nome, tá? O nome do patch porque apareceu no meu e-mail do Genshin. Falando sobre o que tava por vir, eu nem bati o olho ali. Então tudo aqui vai ser uma surpresa pra gente, né? Inclusive eu tenho uma surpresa aqui pra vocês, ó. Aê! O VTube de papelão está de volta. A minha câmera não tá legal. Prometo pra vocês que um dia, quem sabe, a gente vai ter uma câmera aqui. Igual o Paulo faz os vídeos dele com câmera. Quando tiver uma câmera pra conseguir gravar pra vocês, com certeza eu vou estar fazendo esse react com a câmera aqui. Muita gente acha que fica até mais legal, né? Mas infelizmente a minha se muriu, né? Ela tá praticamente morta. Ela liga, fica uns 5 minutos e depois para de gravar. Mas para esse react aqui, a gente vai ter que usar a nossa VTubezinha de papelão, né? Lendária. Essa você às vezes via minhas lives antigamente, eu usava ela. E ela tá aqui de volta. Quem sabe um dia, né, um modelo 3D bonitinho, né, Live 2D, não sei, né, quem sabe. O canal cresceu o suficiente, nada impede a gente, né. Mas assim, vamos dar uma olhada aqui no que a Hoyo reservou pra gente nesse programa especial. Já começou com o Wind Bloom aqui, rapaz, eu adoro o Wind Bloom, hein. Vamos lá, mas vamos lá. Gente! Návia! Návia! Yes! Návia! Furina. Ah, escufi ali. A Yayaka tá de volta, galera. Ela usa o rabo pra atacar, cara. Que moveset legal. Ah, Ororo? Ifa? Ah, é o Ifa, né? Verdade. 4 estrelas. Ok. Vamos botar num banner que eu não vou puxar, presta atenção. Ah, que legal. Verdade. Temos. Nossa senhora. A legenda, bloco de texto. Que? Albedo. Não. Eita. Dália.
魔女会と正式な会談を行うことを願ってるんだ。あら、そんな勇気のある子がまだモンドにいたの？
Ok.
さになった時、人は世界の本質を知る。なら盤面が逆さになったら、
なぜ罪のない人を。どうしてこんなことに。フィレットが襲撃にあって。これはレムリアが戦争のために用意した薬物なのよ。
人体研究という課題を諦めたことは一度もない。
モンドの法律にのっとり、被告人アルベドを殺人および死体遺棄で有罪とする。今も近くから聞こえるよ。
お、なんだ、バルバトスか？
ファルか？
Que? Varca? Ah, ok. Que doideira. Achei que a gente só ia voltar pra Mondstadt, mas não, a gente vai pra Fontaine primeiro, pelo jeito. Faz sentido essa cofia de Fontaine? Varca, drop do lore drop do Varca, lore drop do Hexen Circle, do nada, né? Update maluco, hein? Update bom. Pelo jeito, novo boss, pela cara daquelas peças de xadrez lá. Será que é um teatro novo? Botado em teatro? Pode ser, hein? Podia ser um teatrinho novo, hein? Com alguns boss exclusivos lá pra dentro, né? Vamos pular um pouquinho aqui. Se bem que agora já, né?
Impact version 5.6 special program. I'm Jane Jackson, the voice of Essa, and I have two awesome co-hosts with me today. Why don't you introduce yourselves?
What up, my dudes? My name is Johnny LaQuasto, and I'm the voice of Aoife.
Hey, your turn.
Hello everyone, my name is Emily Cass and I voice Escoffier. I'm so excited to be here.
And I am so excited to be hosting alongside you two today.
Colocar uma britânica pra fazer uma voz de uma chefe francesa é uma escolha de todas as escolhas, hein, Rui?
Self-adapting movement signal tracking support mech. It's a piece of tech, basically. It helps Escoffier in the kitchen and in combat. It's one of her essential utensils.
But it looks so much like a tail.
Yeah, a lot of people think that.
Ai, não,
considering how it looks, people even call Escoffier a demon chef.
Ah, okay. That seems a little extreme.
Yeah, I'd say so too. But honestly, I don't know much about Escoffier. Can you tell us more about her, Emily?
Absolutely. Let's take a look at her profile. Escoffier used to be the head chef at the Hotel de Bourg.
Oh, cool.
The hotel is famous for the extremely popular and exclusive Gâteau de Bourg.
Wow, exclusive?
Yeah, only a limited amount of slices are available per day. Escoffier is a master of precision gastronomy, which means she approaches cooking as a science. She even develops advanced mecha to use in her cooking process.
Wow, that's some dedication to her craft.
Of course, in Escoffier's kitchen, no dish is ready to be served until it has her stamp of approval. And when she likes something, she gets completely lost in the flavors. It looks almost like she's in heaven.
That sounds incredible, but what if she doesn't like it?
Oh, then she'd probably say something like...
You thought cream of mushroom soup was ready to serve after 3.5 minutes on the stove. You'd have had more sense serving hot water with ice cubes. At least then you wouldn't have wasted all this perfectly good cream and mushroom.
Wow. Intense.
I promise Escoffier is actually very well-mannered most of the time. But when it comes to food, she couldn't be more strict. It's all for good reason, though. Escoffier believes her mission as a chef is to make haute cuisine accessible to all. So she's not just strict on other people, she demands perfection from herself too. Because that's the only way to make her dream a reality.
O nome dela é Escoffier.
Is that why she develops all those cooking mecha?
E ela é o Gordon
That's
Ramsay.
right. With their help, even people who are short on time or cooking skills can
Na
be
moral,
capable
Rui.
of making a good meal.
Ha, okay. That feels like a personal call-out. But seriously, though, I'm telling you, I could use something exactly like that.
Same here. Emily, you said Escoffier used to be the head chef at the Hotel de Bourg. Does that mean she doesn't work there anymore?
Yeah, That's right. She even had to spend time in the Fortress of Meropide.
The Fortress of Meropide? What happened?
We can't divulge the details right now, but all will be revealed in Escoffier's story quest, treasured above all. So be sure to check it out if you're interested,
Meu
travelers.
Deus, se ela comer a
You'll
comida
also
da
be
Sigurine.
rewarded with extra Ascension materials for Escoffier. Oh, and travelers will get to take part in a one-of-a-kind culinary showdown in this quest. Not only will travelers get to experience Escoffier's mentorship firsthand, but special guests will also make an appearance.
Special guest, nice. Huh. Okay, I see blubber beasts and romaritime flowers. Wait, do we have to cook 4 blubber beasts using romaritime flowers? That's not much to work with.
All I can say is, trust in Escoffier. She can work wonders.
Oh, I'm definitely a believer. Okay, so we know what she can do in the kitchen, but what about on the battlefield?
Right, let's get into it. Escoffier wields a cryovision and is a powerful addition to freeze-focused teams, which brings us to one of her talents. When Escoffier's elemental skill or elemental burst hits an enemy, she can reduce their resistance to hydro and cryo damage. The more hydro and cryo characters in the party, the greater the reduction.
Okay, so it looks like the enemies here aren't actually frozen, but the resistance reduction still takes effect.
Yeah, that's really important. As long as her elemental skill or burst hits an enemy, the reduction takes effect. The enemy doesn't need to be frozen. That means the talent works on bosses and other unfreezable enemies.
Wow, so it seems like any character that deals hydro or cryo damage can benefit from that talent. I can definitely see her being a powerful support in freeze teams.
True, but Escoffier is not just a support. She can dish out damage as well. With an actual dish.
No way.
Yeah, and when Escoffier unleashes her elemental skill, she summons a cooking mech to the field that follows the active character and periodically fires projectiles at nearby enemies, dealing cryo damage.
Wow.
So with her ability to shred resistance, she basically buffs her own damage. In addition, her elemental burst restores HP to the entire party.
Incredible. Okay, so she can buff the party, dish out damage,
Rapaz,
and
é buff healer.
Wow. Sounds like she's pretty versatile.
Yeah,
Uau,
and
estamos
thanks
tentando
to a
vender um
different
personagem.
talent, she has another ability that really showcases her skills as a chef. If you hold her elemental skill, the cooking mech she summons can absorb elemental energy and convert it into a delicious dish.
Whoa.
Oh, legal.
I've never seen a talent like that before.
Okay, so you don't even have to prepare the ingredients yourself? Bro, that's awesome.
Yeah, and plus she can produce several kinds of dishes this way.
Well, that will be so fun to check out in game.
Totally.
Ooh,
So
legal.
take note of this next piece of news, travelers. In the first half of version 5.6, we'll have
Navia.
event wishes for Escoffier and Navia.
Escoffier
A
e
new
Navia.
5-star polearm, Symphonist of
Sonho da
Sense,
arma já
will be
foi,
featured
galera.
on the weapon banner.
Eu já tenho
Our
a arma
new
da Navia, não vou
4-star
arriscar não.
character Aoife will also enjoy a drop rate boost on the first half banners.
Aoife, no way, bro.
E aí,
I
Ifa no
think that's
primeiro
my line, but I
banner.
couldn't have said it better myself.
Quem sabe a gente não pega aí uma copiazinha do
And
Ifa.
another bit of really exciting news is that travelers will get to spend more time with these two in the new version.
Wait, who are you talking about?
Okay, take a look at this clip and you'll see.
Vamos ver. Ah, não.
On me,
Oh,
holy
não.
servants! Behold, the almighty Dragon Lord's magnificence! The heck are you on about?
Lol.
Why does no one ask for the autograph of the almighty Dragon Lord?
Ninguém quer saber. Se você.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
No way, bro. What? You little... Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Do you even hear yourself, bro? How dare you? You insolent, contemptuous... Huh? What are you on about? No way, bro. Huh? Seriously? Seriously? Do you even hear yourself, bro? Darn it. Oh, wow. No way, bro. Do you even hear yourself, bro? You're hopeless. The almighty Dragon Lord, Kahulao! His wisdom is wasted on you. No way, bro. See you later. Huh? Ah!
Oh, you meant Kukuku and a How. Wow, I feel like those two could argue forever.
Com certeza eles podiam discutir
Dude,
pra
you don't
sempre.
know the half of it.
in there, bro.
You too, huh? Man, this bro thing is really taking off.
Well, Kukuku is just that infectious. So, travelers met Aoife in the previous version, but since we now have the chance to add him to our parties, want to give us a formal introduction, Johnny?
I thought you'd never ask, Jane. Absolutely. As most of you probably know, Aoife is a Saurian vet from the Flower Feather clan. In that land, humans and Saurians live and fight side by side. Saurians get sick and hurt just like everyone else, so Saurian vets do a very important job in that land.
Okay.
And Aoife is a really good one. In fact, you've probably heard of some of his accomplishments already, like how he saved Kukuku's life, and now, of course, Kukuku works as his trusty assistant.
Yeah, Aoife is practically a miracle worker. I heard Ahau got sick one time, so Kenichi took him to Aoife for treatment, and what do you know? Ahau was better in like 2 seconds. Imagine that.
Sounds like Aoife really knows his stuff. I wonder if he can treat all kinds of dragons, like even ones from other nations.
I guess, in theory, yeah, I don't see why not. Plus, if it was an emergency, Kukuku could help him get there in no time.
I mean, I heard the Flower Feather clan is known for riding kukasaurs, but this is less riding and more dangling, isn't it?
Hey, this is a Kukuku appreciation zone only, all right? But seriously, just wait until you see him sprint. He spreads out those huge wings, and it's super awesome. Oh, and while we're on the subject, if there are any travelers who haven't done the part of the Ochkanatlan World Quest where you chase down the evil dragon, try it out with Aoife. It'll be a completely different kind of flying experience.
Yeah, I see that. Although it looks more like Aoife is chasing down a patient for a checkup.
Yeah. So, okay, what else can Aoife do in combat?
Well, Aoife is an Anemo Vision user with a lot of tricks up his sleeve.
For example,
when faced with aggressive enemies, Aoife can unleash his elemental burst and fire a therapeutic sedative, creating a wind current that pulls in and restrains enemies. Yeah, of course, as Aoife's good bro, Kukuku also helps him out in combat. With Aoife's elemental skill, Kukuku lifts him into the air, giving him an aerial advantage in combat. And while in this state, Aoife can continuously fire tonic shots, which deal Anemo damage upon impact and restore HP to the entire party.
Oh, nice. So what kind of team comps work best with Aoife?
Well, to answer that, we should introduce one of his talents first. When Aoife is in the Night Soul's Blessing state, he can use his Field Medic's vision to increase swirl and electrocharge damage based on the total amount of Night Soul points across the entire party.
Okay, so he works well with characters that can trigger swirl and electrocharged reactions, and characters that can generate Night Soul points. He seems like a really flexible unit.
Yeah, he is. Plus, in areas with Natlan's phlogiston mechanics, if your current active character or indwelled Saurian's HP drops below a certain percent, Aoife can consume his own phlogiston to heal them.
Nice, putting those medical skills to use. His kit seems really intuitive, and he helps with exploration. I feel like exploring the sacred volcano will be a lot easier with Kukuku to dangle from.
What can I say? He is a helpful little guy. Now, moving on to our next bit of news, a new boss is coming in version 5.6, the Secret Source Automaton Overseer device. Travelers will need to defeat it to obtain ascension materials for Escoffier.
I feel like we've faced something like this before.
That's because this boss has the same origins as the Secret Source Automaton configuration device from version 5.1. Both are pieces of ancient dragon technology.
They almost seem like 2 parts of one terrifying monster.
Okay, Jane, let's, this is where we should wrap this part up, I think, because travelers can search for their own answers to this in-game. Now, let's kick off the event portion.
Oh, wow.
There are
Natlan characters in Fontaine? Is it because of a festival or something?
Not a festival. An amusement park organized by Navia and the Spina di Rosula. Auroron and Aoife are there to deliver Natlan produce for the event. But it's not all veggies and good times, unfortunately. Against the backdrop of the festivities, a smuggling case is uncovered, leading Kenichi and Wriothesley to cross paths.
Ooh, a Saurian hunter and a prison warden. Sounds like a fun pairing.
Yeah, right? I actually have a few sneak peeks to share, so let's take a look.
Weird. Why is Ahau cowering behind Kenichi? I would have thought he was too proud for that. Oh, wait. It must be because of Fontaine's ban on flying objects.
Exactly. A
Ali que eu acho que a Furina inventou do
all the
nada.
way to Fontaine and happened to arrive just in time for the ban.
Incrível.
How was able to hide, but Kakuku got scared and flew straight into the Palais Mermonia. Auroron thinks Kakuku will manage to send all of the important documents in the Palais flying around the building.
Oh no, that can't end well. Well, what about Aoife? Isn't he going to come to Kakuku's rescue?
Don't worry, with Nervalette and Risley there, Kakuku's in good hands. Plus, he might even learn a new phrase or two. Hey, check it out. Risley managed to teach him one. Anyone want to guess what it is?
Incrível.
I don't really know what it could be.
Chá.
I guess we're just gonna
Hora
have
do
to wait
chá.
and see.
Certeza.
Anyway, I wanted to point out there are 2 dragons in this picture. So, does that mean Nervalette could, like,
verdade.
interpret for Kakuku? You know, dragon to dragon. Oh, I can't wait to see how their interactions go.
Honestly, I can't even picture it, but I just know it's gonna be hilarious.
Yeah, there's nothing we can say that beats the real thing. So, if you're
bolzinho ali,
interested,
ó.
be
4
sure to check out
estrelas.
all the shenanigans in-game. And trust me, there are a lot of them. Always makes me laugh. Now, on to the actual amusement park. Let me give you some background. It's called the Cheval Moran Film Fantasyland, and it's the brainchild of a
Cheval Moran.
well-known engineer and film buff with the Spina di Rasula in charge of the financing, construction, and general operations.
Oh, Lapine Pauline is back. Didn't she almost go bankrupt after basing her research on that fake story?
Yeah.
I hope her investment pays off this time.
Well, if the traveler
Coitado.
agrees to come on board, Lapine Pauline might be in a better position.
Come on board? Why are my fraud alarm bells ringing?
Ih,
It's not like that. If you don't trust Lapine Pauline, yeah, okay. Her track record isn't great, but at least trust Cheval Moran and the Spina di Rasula.
If you say so.
And how do we make sure we don't run it into the ground?
Well, if the traveler agrees to come on board, Lapine Pauline might be in a better position.
Wait, so this is a management sim? Okay, tell
Oh,
me everything.
You got it, bro. Travelers will be in charge of operations like upgrading the facilities, expanding the park, and managing the staff. During each business cycle, travelers will need to allocate their precious funds and action points to the most important tasks based on their management needs.
And plus, Navia recruited
Agora
Master
que eu
Chef
tô na frente.
Escoffier to run the park's theme restaurant.
Woo!
The dishes
Hey.
she creates can give you unique management buffs, so don't miss out.
Absolutely. You can also increase your revenue by adding different kinds of attractions. For example, in Eclectic Escapades, visitors can experience unforgettable adventures where they fly through the air or dash underwater at high speeds.
Wow.
legalzinho.
Or there's movie masterpieces where you have to use special abilities to reach the end of the stage and seize the treasure. Before launching these attractions, travelers will need to try them out and create a standardized strategy guide for each one so that visitors understand how to get the most out of the experience.
Nice.
Oh, and travelers can also add an attraction called Mellow Manor, where they can create a cozy retreat for different animals to draw in visitors and increase revenue.
And travelers can also recruit some familiar faces to help run the park. Among the recruits are Fontanian companions and friends from other nations too.
Yeah, that's right. By completing friendly encounters, travelers can learn useful management techniques from their companions. Eventually, these companions will become fixtures at the park and provide even more management support. So, long story short, don't worry too much. You don't have to go it alone.
Okay, yeah, that
Yeah,
doesn't
interessant.
sound too bad.
And plus, once you get down to business, you'll be rewarded for your efforts.
Ooh, do tell.
Oh, I will. Reach a certain point in the operations and you'll be able to claim all sorts of rewards, including PRIMOGEMAS and a new 4-star bow, Sequence of Solitude.
Awesome! More Primogems to save for your next pull.
Exato.
Which reminds me, we still haven't finished announcing the event wishes, have
Verdade.
we?
Oh, right. Yeah, sorry to keep you in
tá aí,
suspense,
hiding.
travelers. In the
Oh,
second half
God.
of version 5.6, we'll have returning event wishes for Kenichi and the Raiden Shogun.
Nice.
Primeira vez que eles
Plus, the
repetem um arco
Chronicled
num
Wish banner will
ciclo.
be returning in version 5.6.
Ah, Chronicle
I
Wish.
know a lot of travelers have been
Uia.
waiting for that, so
É bom esse
check it
Chronicle
out if
Wish,
you're
hein?
interested.
Yeah, you have to. And best of luck on your pulls.
All right. That was
Esse é o Chronicle Wish
lot of
decente, hein?
info, so let's take our first break. Here's the second redemption code, travelers.
Ah. Música de ritmo? Legalzinho. Bom, o código tá aí. Provavelmente ele não vai estar válido quando o vídeo for pro ar, mas se ele ainda tiver, o código tá aí. Vamos pular aqui.
Once a celebration of flowers.
Botamos demais. Aí.
The Windbloom Festival.
Vários Dodoko ali.
Once a celebration of flowers. Now
É Alice e outra.
in unease.
Incrível,
Why
cara.
is Albedo
Paralogismo.
on trial? Who is the young man in the courtroom? And is he friend or foe? What tidings does the Dodo communication device bring this time? The answers to these questions
cara
and
da
more
Alice, sim.
in the version 5.6 Archon Quest.
Nice voice.
Oh, nice.
Aw, shucks, thanks.
So, we finally make it back to Mondstadt, and Albedo's on trial. And I don't even know what to think. But something tells me there's more to this situation than meets the eye.
Por isso o
Well,
nome,
I've
talvez,
put together some
paralogismo.
information about the case. Let's go through it and see if we can uncover some new clues. So, here's the deal. Albedo's been accused of murder and unlawful disposal of human remains, and the case is being tried in secret. The logistics captain of the Knights of Favonius, Hertha, seems to have compelling evidence against Albedo, so the situation is serious.
I'm sure Hertha is just trying to do her job and uncover the truth. But there has to be some kind of misunderstanding here.
Well, in court, the evidence does the talking. Travelers will have access to Albedo's office on the second floor of headquarters to do their own investigation into the case and hopefully track down some clues.
So I saw Jean, Kaya, and Jula in the courtroom, all members of the Knights of Favonius, which makes sense. But it looked like someone from the church was also there.
Oh, that's
Dália,
He's
sabia.
the deacon of the Church of Favonius.
É o último que
so he
faltava
works with
pra aparecer.
Barbara, Rosaria, and the other members of the clergy. Dahlia acts as the herald of Barbados, which is interesting because he's also friends with Venti.
Yeah, very interesting. He sounds like a very important figure then.
Well, speaking of Venti, the Dodo communication
Cinco estrelas,
device is
será?
back in this quest. At some point, Venti needs it to get in touch with Alice. But on the
Alice.
first attempt, the line connects to Grandmaster Varka instead. It's only on the second try that he manages to reach Alice.
Whoa, hold on. You just dropped two major names. Barker has been on an expedition for a long time. Sounds like we finally get to hear how he's doing. As for Alice, we know she's the mother of the most adorable Klee and an elder of the Hexen Circle. But I wonder why Venti needs to get in touch with her. Wait, could it be because of the monsters in the city?
Oh, you know what? In Amber's anthology chapter, she did say the number of monsters around Mondstadt has been skyrocketing lately.
Verdade, eu vi isso aí.
Right?
Eu
And
lembro
now
dessa-
there are even more monsters in the city.
dessa parte.
So maybe Venti is reaching out to Alice for help.
I think you two are onto something. And if we take a look at this map, we can see that a lot of our old friends have joined in on the fight to defend Mondstadt.
Wow, this is kind of emotional. Mondstadt was the beginning of everything. It's the place where travelers met their first companions and embarked on this whole journey. And now it's in crisis. Hopefully travelers can do something to stop it.
Oh, they can, but it won't be an easy road. Alice can offer something to help, but travelers will need to pass a trial first
claro.
and defeat the king and queen on the chessboard.
Anything to defend Mondstadt. I'm sure travelers aren't scared of a little trial.
Okay. Then let's take a look at what awaits them.
Isso é o boss semanal, pelo jeito. Me lembra um pouco de Kingdom Hearts, não sei porquê.
Alice will preside over the first phase of the trial. The trial takes place on a chessboard, but the rules of chess don't exactly apply. Look closely and you'll notice some of the pieces on the board can harm the king. Travelers can use that to their advantage to create an opening and dish out damage. But in the second phase, there are no chess pieces to use. Travelers will need to rely on their own strength to emerge victorious.
It looks like there's a different Dodoco presiding over the second phase. One wearing a blue hat. Is that a different mage from the Hexen Circle?
É, quem que
I
é?
wonder which one.
Well, travelers will have to uncover that for themselves. As for the second phase of the trial,
Não parece ser a Rain
let
Daughter
me offer a
pela
quick
voz.
piece of advice. The boss has some extremely powerful attacks, but freeze reactions can help you create an opening.
É
Maybe jot that
claro.
one down for later, travelers.
É
So,
claro.
we know there's murder, an attack on Mondstadt, a
Freeze
Hexen
vai
Circle trial.
ser bom no boss,
But we
mas é
have no
claro.
idea how all of this is
Podia ser bom em
connected.
todos os boss, né, o Genshin?
Seems like there's a lot for travelers to uncover. You know, if you think about it, first Natlan had a crisis with the ley lines that almost ended in death. Then, a similar crisis happened in Liyue, and now Mondstadt is in danger. I can't help but wonder if this is all some kind of terrible omen.
Yeah, but look on the bright side. It's
okay.
another chance for answers. Maybe we'll uncover new clues about forces we've encountered before, or what we can expect on the road ahead.
Or maybe we'll even get one step closer to the truth of Teyvat.
Yeah, and then travelers can give us all the answers.
Yeah, I think we're gonna leave all that hard work to you guys.
All right, okay, well, let's lighten things up and dive into the remaining version 5.6 events.
Yes.
Ventinho.
First up on the docket is an event that brings us back to Fontaine, where travelers can test out their tactical brilliance in the new wargame, Operation Damport Simulation.
Dude, nice.
Oh, I know. This wargame comes with all new offensive and defensive
Ah,
gameplay.
legal.
The key to success is really understanding your game pieces.
Okay, what do you mean?
Well, for example, is it a melee or ranged attack piece? Can it quickly break through obstacles or maybe even bypass them entirely? Once you feel like you know what you're doing, you can test out your skills in co-op. The actual gameplay is pretty simple. What this event really tests is strategy. For example, when adjusting your defensive lineup, you can even set traps for your opponent.
I see a button called Defensive Simulation. Looks like we can use it to test out our strategies?
That's right. And once you set the defensive and offensive lineup that works best for you, the battle is ready to begin.
Yeah.
And while your opponent tries to break through your defenses, your job is to use your chosen offensive lineup to outmaneuver their strategy. The
Legal.
side that breaks the opposing formation first or makes greater progress within the time limit wins.
Wow.
Okay, so it sounds like it all comes down to strategy.
Interessante.
All right, so get tactical, travelers.
Now, if that last event was mostly about brain power, this next one is all about firepower.
Let's go.
Okay, let's take a look at the
Porradaria.
gameplay. Think this is a simple
não é
battle for
porradaria.
coins? Ha, well, think again. Players will have the opportunity to indwell Saurians at certain points. Use their abilities to your advantage, and you might be able to turn the tides in your favor.
This
Sacanagem.
looks so fun. You could just stay in Saurian form the whole time and blast all the other players away.
Oh, if only. The Saurian form only lasts so long. But even in human form, you'll have Natlan character skills at your disposal. So the goal is to collect as many coins as possible to secure victory.
Nice, bro.
Legal.
So, this next event is called Chronicle of Shifting Stratagems. I'm sure at this point in their journey, travelers have gained their fair share of companions and have tested out their skills in a variety of different situations. But maybe there's a character you want to learn more about, like Escoffier, for example. Let's say you want to test out her potential in different team comps. Then, I highly recommend trying out this event.
Chronicle of Shifting Stratagems gives travelers the
Tipo um
opportunity
trial?
to study and test out different team compositions. The event is divided into different levels of difficulty, and there are also challenge buffs to take advantage of, so make sure to take that into account when forming your teams.
Okay.
Travelers can also take a look at the challenge record and see how their friends approached each challenge. Could provide some food for thought.
Nice. Sounds like the perfect excuse to do some experimentation and think outside the box.
Indeed.
All right, moving on to some Genius Invocation TCG updates.
TCG.
First, a new card skin will be added to the card shop, so check it out if you're interested. Travelers can also look forward to new character and action cards added to regular mode.
Nice. More food for the card sharks.
Ceiling.
There are also some major updates to automatic artistry.
Oh, so in addition to the character and action card updates, the elemental reaction effects are different.
Yeah, and during the match, there's now a card refresh option as well as mechanisms for character enhancement and replacement, so the gameplay should be even more engaging. Travelers might even be able to come up with some new strategies and surprise their opponents with unexpected moves.
That's right, and finally, the Ley Line Overflow event is returning in version 5.6, so don't miss out.
We won't, and let's take our last break. When we
Sempre
return, we'll talk system optimizations and a cool collab. See you on the other side, travelers.
Bye.
Isso aí é legal, ó. Saber quando é que vem os eventos. Terminar lá em junho? Pelo jeito é, né? Começa dia 7, vai até dia 16. Provavelmente mais, né? Deve ser o último evento do... Geralmente não acaba no último dia, né? A códigozinha pra vocês. Vamos pular aqui. Ou eu posso cortar depois.
Welcome back, travelers!
Welcome back!
Welcome! Let's jump right into system optimizations.
Aê, otimizações que ninguém pediu!
The brilliant blessing enhancement process in the Imaginarium Theatre was a bit confusing, which made it difficult to level up strategically and optimize character turn order.
É basicamente
so,
só
in the version
tudo.
5.6 update, the dev team has made the brilliant blessing details page a lot more intuitive,
Isso é
which
legal.
should make it easier for travelers to make strategic level up decisions.
Nice.
Isso é legal.
In addition, rewards will be available for completing the star challenges in the new season of the Imaginarium Theatre.
Finalmente estrelinha vai valer alguma coisa.
You know what would be nice?
9 estrelas só pro...
After the final act. As it stands right now, finishing the final act takes you directly to the credits, right? What if you just missed that last star challenge? That would be such a bummer.
Yeah, the dev team has received that feedback as well, so a restart button is also being added to the new update.
Ótimo!
Nice.
Let's go!
That should make it easier to get full stars. Alright, so this next update addresses another common problem. Travelers have probably noticed that when you go to raise a character's skills, the skill descriptions can be pretty
Eu diminuiria
long and
ainda
dense.
mais, hein? Em vez de ser 9, eu botaria 8
it's
ali.
understandable. It's important for travelers to have all the details.
8 de 10. 8 de
But
10
it's
tá ótimo.
also easy to get bogged down in the weeds, so this is something the dev team has
Eu daria,
been
sei lá,
working
10/10,
Starting in version
íconezinho, algo assim.
5.6, the descriptions on the talent and constellation pages for new characters will be optimized to be more concise, so it's easier for travelers to grasp the core information.
Isso é
Of
legal.
course, travelers who prefer to dive into all the details can always expand the content for a more comprehensive description.
Nice. Sorting
Isso
through
é
all
muito
that
legal.
information should be a lot faster now.
Totally.
Our next optimization is for the treasure compass. Travelers provided feedback that while attempting
Tem muita
to
coisa
complete
ali nos
Natlan's
talentos
warrior
que
challenges,
você não-
it was difficult to locate where to pick
Não
up the
sabe de cara,
quests.
saca?
So after the version 5.6
Se você não vê um
update,
guia ou se
the
você
treasure
não vê
compass can
alguém
now track
explicando,
those
é
locations.
meio complicado de
Yeah, they
você
can.
saber
Warrior
até que ele
challenges are
existe, ou
important because
para
that's
que
how
ele
you get the
serve.
city in fragments, which you can use
Tem
to
monte de
unlock
mecânica
tribal
escondida
secret
dentro do
spaces,
Genshin.
right?
Isso aí, tipo, é muito bom pra endgame, você saber as
And
coisas.
once your exploration progress is high enough, the treasure compass will be able to pinpoint the location of tribal secret spaces as well. Similarly,
isso é legal.
at a high enough exploration progress, more chests from various nations can also be located using the treasure compass.
Oh, nice.
legal,
That
legal,
should
legal.
really help travelers that are stuck at 99% exploration progress.
Tipo eu.
Map pins have also been optimized.
Preço 99 faz
Starting in
um ano.
version 5.6, travelers can now delete custom pins in batches.
Ooh, that should make it a lot easier to start fresh if you're
Isso é
someone who really likes to go ham with the
excelente
markers.
pra quem fica marcando as coisas igual eu.
Well, that wraps up our system optimizations. So now it's time for some out-of-game news.
That's right.
É, a gente
First,
já
we have
sabia
some
disso aí.
exciting collaboration news to share. Genshin Impact is partnering with the global beauty brand Charlotte Tilbury to launch 2 limited edition sets. So, let's watch the preview trailer for the collaboration.
Ok, cosmético absurdamente caro. Obrigado, Hoyo. A gente precisava muito disso aí. A Mona. Faz sentido. Faz sentido porque ela é rica pra caramba. É isso que eu quero dizer. Ela só gasta tudo com livro. Uh, 155 libras e 55 libras. Nossa senhora, R$1 bilhão em barras de ouro que vale mais que dinheiro.
But I have even more news. In addition, Genshin Impact's third Natlan OST album, Radiance of Flame, is coming soon.
Ah, ótimo.
Yeah. The
Eu às
album
vezes preciso
contains
de
various tracks
música
composed by the
assim pra...
Hoyomix team
Meus
for the
vídeos é um
collective
saco
of
de
plenty
achar
in
elas.
other regions. So stay tuned for the drop.
Awesome.
Oh, it's gonna be amazing. The music's gonna be so cool.
So
You know it.
beautiful.
Wow.
Okay, let me check my scroll here. Yeah, that's all the information I have about version 5.6.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
Me too.
Eu achei que ia ser bem mais morto o patch.
I am just so excited to uncover more about the Albedo trial mystery and to defeat the new boss on the chessboard.
And I can't wait
Legal.
for you to meet Escoffier. It's been so much fun working on her, and I just think you're gonna love her.
And to follow that up, Aoife is finally playable, and of course he's gonna have Kukuku right by his side, but the mini-games are always so fun and creative. Oh, just can't
Absolutely.
wait.
Well, that's it for the version 5.6 special program. A new adventure awaits. I hope it brings with it new friendships, new answers, and a whole lot of fun. Well, and with that, all there's left to say is, see you in game, travelers. Bye. Bye. Bye.
See ya.
Nice, legal. Legal, tivemos os VAs em inglês, finalmente. Ah, é claro. É claro. 30 de abril. Lore Drop. Só isso? Eu não tinha percebido, mas tá em japonês, né? Engraçado isso aí, hein? Provavelmente tem VA faltando ainda, né? Então tá em japonês. Vamos lá. Interessante. Escofia, a gente vai tentar puxar a Escofia, tá? Quase certeza. Só o esquema dela buffar cryo já é o suficiente pra gente. Eu tá bem interessado. Eu tenho uma Yaka muito bem investida. Então vai ser legal ver se ela vai ficar forte de novo, né? Esse time aqui provavelmente vai ficar, eu tenho esse time, então, né? Quem sabe? A gente tem aí 180 pulsos pra garantir ela, então tá sossegado. Eu não queria gastar tudo porque, né, a gente não sabe quem que vai vir lá pra frente. Provavelmente a Skirk vem logo, né? Então, ia ser legal a gente, né, ganhar os 50-50 pelo menos. A arma pode esquecer, porque eu já tenho a arma da Návia e quando as armas são repetidas assim, eu não costumo puxar a arma, não. Eu vou deixar pra uma rerun, né? Provavelmente a arma dela nem é necessária, ela é suporte. Dá até pra postar que é só colocar Fave nela que ela funciona bem. Ifa, ok, né? Mais um personagem pra gente ter. Vai ser legal pra ficar voando lá nas áreas de Natlan. Eu não gosto muito da moto da Mavui, que ela é meio estranha, os comandos são meio estranhos. Vou dar um like aqui. Então vamos ver se a gente consegue pegar pelo menos uma cópia do Ifa. Que mais? Pô, história, né, cara? História, eventinho, interessado nesse bowl aqui, né? Vamos ver o que vem no bowl. Quem sabe seja um bowlzinho legal pra usar, talvez uma Diona, algo assim. Tá com cara de bowl de suporte. Esse aqui não tá com cara de bowl de ataque, não, viu? Tá com muito cara de bowl de suporte. Ainda mais pelos personagens, né? Tem um Oron aqui, o IFA. Quem sabe não seja um upgrade aí pra Stringless da Fischl. Mas a gente vai ter que ver, só quando sair mesmo. Beleza. Nada é normal. Esse evento aqui é muito bom, hein? Se você quer algum desses personagens aqui, é a hora de puxar, né? A sacanagem é que botaram a arma do Ito aqui, né, cara? Eu queria uma Red Horn pra colocar na minha Noel. Mas a gente vai ter que skipar de novo, porque, né? Apesar de todas as armas aqui serem bem decentes, sinceramente. Acho que a pior aqui é a Donut da Kokomi. De resto, todas as armas são bem decentes, né? Mas se o pitch não for 100% ou se o pitch não for menor do que o normal, que eu acho muito difícil de não acontecer, né? Provavelmente o pitch vai ser 90 também. Eu não vou nem arriscar. Não vale muito a pena, não. Eu vou deixar para um banner futuro. Cara, Knit Raiden. A Rihanda Raiden, de novo, é uma surpresa, né? Principalmente que tá vindo esse Chronicle do Wish junto. Estranho, meio sus, viu? Meio que quebra o... A gente tinha tipo uma patternzinha, né? A gente sabia mais ou menos como que os personagens iam vir, principalmente os Archons. Então vai quebrar essa sequência aí. Então, sei lá, hein? Agora vai ser difícil de prever banner daqui pra frente, porque essa Raiden de surpresa aqui, viu? A gente vai ter que ficar mais ligado nos sonhos lá do Twitter pra descobrir o que vai acontecer. Os eventinhos todos muito legais até agora. Legal, os boss novos. Quase teve um troço quando a Alice apareceu ali. Adoro muito as buchas do Hexen Circle. Queria saber muito mais sobre ela. Apareceu o Varka ali também, cara. Muito, muito interessante, viu? O Varka ali. E no geral é isso, pô. Legal. Essas mudanças aqui no teatro são divertidas. Isso aqui eu botaria 8 estela pra conseguir isso aqui. Botaria um títulozinho no 10, só pra, né? Pra quem gosta de ser tryhard. Mas 9 não é difícil você fazer 9 se você tiver os personagens razoavelmente buildados, né? O teatro é um pouquinho mais fácil do que o abismo ainda. A maior dificuldade dele é você ter os personagens buildados, então de boa. Que mais? Acho que é só isso, né? Né? Cosmético absurdamente caro, 155 libras. Cara, isso aqui vai custar, na moral, mais de R$1.000 aqui no Brasil. Fácil. Né? Mas é óbvio, né? Cosmético de marca cara é isso aí mesmo. Não tem jeito. É isso. Gostei do nome. Paralogismo, hein? Mas é isso aí, meus queridos. Legal. Gostei. Interessante. Nossa, já apareceu. É claro que o Arnold já tá aqui. Mas enfim. Muito interessante. Muito legal. Nós vamos puxar, com certeza, a Escoffier. A Escoffier é inegociável. Ela vai ser puxada. Mas, meus queridos, não esquece de se inscrever aí. Obrigado aí pela sua atenção. Você chegou aqui até o fim. Talvez eu faça um review do banner quando a gente souber das 4 selas, né? Pra ver se vale muito a pena ou não. É isso aí. Um abração pra vocês e a gente se vê no próximo videozinho. Valeu!